It is the middle of summer and I am in Tignes in the French Alps to go skiing. It may be surprising to some, and before coming here, some people would be confused and ask me if there's still snow to ski on. But others may remember that just a few decades ago, it was possible to ski here year-round. And the landscape is changing every year, but this year, 2026, the summer ski season runs from the 20th of June to the 19th of July, conditions permitting. And the ski terrain that is open in the mornings during the summer season is at the highest altitude on the Grand Motte Glacier. I know Tignes very well from coming here often in the winter, but this is my first time being here in the summer. And it's such an interesting time to be here because the views are unbelievably beautiful and it definitely feels like summertime in the village, and that the conditions on the glacier have been really fun to ski. I'm also really impressed by the amount of terrain that is open. If you take the cable car to the top of the glacier and ski to the bottom of the designated summer ski area, it's almost 2,400 feet of vertical in a single run. And there are also a few chairs that are running, as well as drag lifts, so the terrain is pretty varied. And depending on when you come, some of the areas may be closed off for competition training, which has been the case while I've been here. But it's been so awesome and inspiring to see these Olympians and national champions and ski teams from all over who come here to train. I even spotted a few French Olympians that I recognize, which was also really cool. So if you're thinking about coming to Tignes to ski in the summer, then in this video I will share about my experience and also some of my advice for planning your trip. And my first bit of advice is to know that skiing in the summer is always condition dependent. And that is also the case for any summer skiing destination, whether it's in France or elsewhere in the Alps or anywhere in North America. But in that regard, it's not entirely different to how to approach skiing in the winter or in the spring. Because due to climate change, I've found in my experience of skiing in over 70 stations across 8 countries in just the last few years that skiable conditions are never guaranteed. So my advice is to have realistic expectations and know that the conditions for summer skiing could be determined by the amount of snow that has fallen or how much snow is left from the accumulation from the normal ski season. In the weeks and the days before coming here, I was constantly checking the forecast and the webcams and the lift status on the team website just to get an idea of the conditions and potentially what to expect. And also by checking the forecast, you can get an idea if there's a possibility of rain or high winds that can keep lifts or gondolas from operating. So with all this in mind, another bit of advice I would suggest is planning a longer trip if you're able to increase your chances that you'll have more opportunities to ski in good weather or good conditions. For example, I planned this trip to Tignes for 1 week, and I told myself that I would be lucky and so grateful if I was able to get at least 2 days of good weather to go skiing. And I did. And my plan for the other days of my trip, or my backup plan if I wasn't able to ski at all for whatever reason due to conditions, was to do some hiking or spending some time around the lake here, or try to find some other activities to keep myself entertained. But this is where I was actually blown away, because there are so many fun things to do. The whole town just feels like a giant playground. And I've always said this about Tignes in the winter, that it's a playground, but in summer it's even more active and there's a lot more variety in the types of things that you can do. And in the summer, the days are longer, so you have more time to enjoy these activities. But even still, I've been feeling like the days are not long enough because I'm having so much fun and there's so much more I want to do. And I'm definitely feeling like a week is not enough time, and I already can't wait to come back. So far, I've been doing a lot of hiking and playing tennis and paddle boating on the lake and walking around the lake with my dog, plus skiing, of course. But there's also golf and horseback riding and cycling and mountain biking and more, and also tons of other activities for kids and families. And I've been really impressed, especially by the programming and the organization of it all, and the reservation systems, and how clear it all is on the Tignes website. I've been saying that the whole town feels like a summer camp in the best way. But what has been the most important for me has been the hiking, because I've come to know the ski area of Tignes really well in the winter, so this has been an opportunity to see my favorite pistes and landmarks and views in a completely different light and a completely different setting. And I feel like it's really deepened my appreciation for skiing and for the mountains and for all the logistics that go into transforming the entire domain from winter to summer and back again. I also think it's really important to come to the mountains at this time of year to bear witness to the changes that it's facing and to really have more context or points of reference to see how climate change is affecting our environment, and to recognize the extremes and know that it's not normal for these glaciers to be exposed to higher temperatures and to rain, which is accelerating their disappearance even more. And for me, being here now in July to ski really brings up a whole mix of emotions, because beyond it being really beautiful and exciting and fun, it's also heartbreaking to know that the glaciers are receding more and more every year, and that eventually, likely in the not so distant future, it won't be possible to have this same experience anymore. And at the same time, I'm incredibly grateful to be here and grateful to experience it. And it's a reminder to appreciate our environment and to do what we can to protect it. So if you're thinking about coming to Tignes to ski in the summer, then my advice is to plan your trip as soon as possible and to remember to bring your sunscreen. And I'll also put a link in the description below with a list of everything I packed for this trip, including some great pieces that were really versatile for a lot of activities. I hope that this video has been helpful. I've posted plenty of other videos about my experiences skiing, but my channel is really about embracing your hobbies and learning new things as an adult, and about knowing that it's never too late to get started. So if that sounds like you, then feel free to check out the other videos in my channel, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you next time.